What's going on, guys? Josh here from Momentum Productions, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to create a hyperlapse with your gimbal. In today's video, I'm going to be using the Zhiyun Crane Plus along with an electric unicycle called the Solowheel Glide 3. So why did I decide to go with using a unicycle? Well, for one, it's extremely portable, it's fast, it keeps my hands free, and on top of that, it allows me to shoot for a long period of time without getting tired. And it eliminates a lot of up and down vibration that you would normally see while walking. It actually eliminates all of that vibration. And on top of that, this electric unicycle allows you to control your speed without having to worry about consistency. When you walk, you never can really get the accurate speed that you want, but with the Solowheel, you don't have to worry about that. So what's a hyperlapse? Well, it's very similar to that of a time lapse. We capture a scene that happens over a longer period of time, and then we shrink it down or speed it up to where everything is played back in faster motion. So how do you shoot a hyperlapse? Well, you can do it in two different ways. You can either take stills and then move the camera forward or backward after each still, after waiting a few seconds and then taking another still, or you can film a video and then speed it up in post-production. I decided to go with the video because it's easier to edit with and it's easier to shoot since you don't need so much time. And you can also add color correction, motion blur. The options are limitless. With a hyperlapse, I do strongly suggest that you shoot with a gimbal like this one here. You will get much smoother results, especially if you're speeding up footage. This is crucial. You don't want to see a lot of bumps or just unwanted movements in your footage. So with the Zhiyun Crane Plus, and actually the whole Zhiyun Crane lineup, we have three basic gimbal shooting modes. We have pan follow, lock mode, and full follow. For most hyperlapses, I'm pretty happy with pan follow. For those of you who don't know, pan follow only allows the pan axis to follow your movements. Tilt is locked. However, if you are shooting in one specific direction, for example, forward or backward, and you're just going in a straight line, I do recommend shooting in lock mode because that will keep your camera fixated on one given position. That way, if you accidentally pan the gimbal or tilt the gimbal, it will not react to that movement. Your camera will stay fixed on that certain location. If you want to do a hyperlapse going uphill or downhill and you want tilt to be enabled, shoot in full follow. You can still get smooth shots by using the full follow option. So when it comes down to camera settings, shoot in typical video camera settings like you would shoot any other video. 24 frames per second, 1/50th shutter, that should be just about enough. You can also shoot at higher frame rates if you want to as well. When I hold the gimbal, I make sure to rest it under the pan motor. This is not available on the Crane 2, only on the Crane Plus and the Crane V1 and V2 gimbals. I love this area right under the pan motor. It removes a lot of the stress from your forearms. That way you can shoot for longer periods of time. A unicycle will also allow you to shoot for a longer period of time without having you getting tired if you were to walk. So that's a great benefit there as well. A solo wheel also allows you to use two hands and you're not obstructed by any handlebar or anything like that. I also do suggest that you shoot with only one hand and not two on the gimbal. One reason is that you need an extra hand in case you do fall. This will be like a little safety net for you. That way you can protect yourself and protect your camera. Two, one hand will also provide you with more flexibility, and with your elbow being bent, your arm will act as a shock absorber. So keep that in mind. While on the Solowheel Glide 3 or even walking, make sure that your knees are bent. This will act as a natural shock absorber. Also, when you're on the Solowheel Glide 3, make sure that your ankles are pretty close to the wheel's body. You'll have much more stability and control this way. You can see that in this video right here. For those of you who are new to hyperlapses, I do strongly suggest that you go to a local park or go for a walk around your neighborhood. For me, I took my unicycle and I went to my local park. You can see here how I'm riding. And with this unicycle, I can set a certain speed to make sure that I'm consistent with it. For example, 5 miles per hour. I won't go faster and I'll just stay fixed at that 5 miles per hour. So that is another reason why I love using this thing. Consistency is important. Sometimes we run into obstacles and we can't really control the consistency, but it's always great to be cautious of that. And also try to challenge yourself. Go off-road, go on the grass, go on the dirt. Don't always focus on paved roads. When you're going on roads that like to take turns, I do suggest turning on pan follow mode, but leaving off the tilt. So only stay in that pan follow mode. That way your pan does follow your turns. But here's the thing, don't abruptly move the gimbal with each turn. Make sure that the gimbal naturally turns. Don't make any sudden movements with your hand. Make your whole body move and the gimbal will follow. This will create a smooth and subtle pan, especially when you speed up your footage. Another great idea is to go into inverted mode on your gimbal. This will completely change the perspective. You will get low angle shots. And honestly, shooting from low angles looks awesome, especially with hyperlapses. So another benefit of using the Solowheel Glide 3 is that it has a 16-inch tire, which is inflatable, so it's gonna eat up a lot of those bumps, especially when riding on grass. This is something that's very difficult to do on any other sort of equipment, like a boosted board, for example. And when you walk, it is difficult, especially when off-road, to control the gimbal in a way so you don't see any of those up and down movements or vibrations. Once you've captured all of your clips, import it into your editor and then speed it up or time ramp it. In Final Cut Pro, all we have to do is go to the speed icon and speed it up. You can either use the presets or add in your own custom time rate. Then add some color grading and color correction, then motion blur, and there you have it, a hyperlapse. I love using motion blur in my hyperlapses. It's disorienting, yet it still works. Also, I do recommend that you check out this playlist right here because it's gonna show you how to properly use, control, walk, run, do anything with a gimbal. So make sure you check out all of those videos. And this video right here is all about the Solowheel Glide 3 Unicycle. You'll be impressed at what it can do. Alright guys, so that's how I shoot hyperlapses. Definitely use a gimbal, and the Solowheel just adds a lot more to what you can actually do. If you're interested in any of the products that I used in this video, go ahead and check out the links for them in the description box below. Also, don't forget to give this video a big like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel with notifications on. I can't wait to see what you create, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.